This is Speed Your Mind with Blanco and
Blanco.
Alright, UFC fans, we're going to talk about the actual main event to 205 where we got Eddie Alvarez against
Conor McGregor.
Let's say that again. We have
Conor McGregor
against the champ being Eddie Alvarez. Blanco, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts is I called it. We knew this fight was going to end up being announced basically 2 or 3 weeks before this fight was actually announced. I knew that this was going to be in the works. I am very excited, this being the main card. Phenomenal event UFC 205 is. So let's get on to these fighters. Start off with Eddie Alvarez.
Eddie Alvarez, very interesting. This is the lightweight champ. Actually his first title defense at UFC 205 in the lovely state of New York. We got the lightweight champ coming in with a record of 28 wins, 4 losses. Now, the majority of his wins came from knockouts, pretty much. Very dangerous for Conor McGregor in the sense of explosive power. His last fights, he's beaten elite fighters, of course, winning split decisions, I believe, against Gilbert Melendez. He won a decision against Showtime Pettis, and then he TKO'd RDA.
Rafael Dos Anjos.
All right, so at the end of the day, Eddie Alvarez is the bigger man?
Yeah, well, no, I wouldn't think Eddie Alvarez is the bigger man. Maybe in weights, he may be, but when you look at the reach, he has a 69 reach. Conor McGregor has a 74-inch reach advantage. That motherfucker got gorilla arms compared to Eddie Alvarez. So this is what we're gonna state here. Okay, everyone knows Eddie Alvarez is a wrestler.
Right.
So I think that when it comes to the stand-up, Conor McGregor is going to be able to just strike him. He'll pick him apart. Absolutely apart. If he just tries to stay in the pocket with Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor will strike from everywhere.
Well, now that you say that, because we know that Conor McGregor does have unique footwork, his movement, his precision, it's pretty much almost flawless. I can't say it's perfect because everyone has to improve. Now here's the thing, Eddie Alvarez here, being the lightweight champ, you know, he's beaten, as I mentioned, elite fighters to get that title. I think that he has to come in the fight and he has to put the pressure on Conor McGregor right off the rip. Conor McGregor in that press conference, how did he say he was going to defeat Eddie Alvarez?
He said it was going to be a first round knockout, TKO, KO, and this is what I think is going to happen. I believe Mystic Mac. I believe Eddie Alvarez will be done in one.
In one?
In one.
Is that your final decision?
That is my decision. I think Eddie Alvarez, he has been knocked out before. He has. And it's not like when he wins his fights, aside from the Rafael Dos Anjos fight, he hasn't won in magnificent fashion. When you think about it, his fight against Gilbert Melendez was so close that people thought Gilbert Melendez won. And then his fight with Showtime, you know what he did at Showtime. He just had him posted up against the cage.
Very interesting that you bring to that, because in the press conference, Eddie Alvarez kind of stated in a sense somewhere that he's not going to wrestle.
He's going to try to strike.
So Blanco, the way I see this possibly playing out, and look, honestly, the winner of this fight, I think that it's going to be the notorious Conor McGregor.
Done in one.
Done in one? No, I don't believe that's the case. I think that this is going to, I feel it will go to decision.
No way. 5 rounds? 5 rounds?
You're right. Probably not decision. It'll probably be a TKO. All right, and when I call this TKO, I'm seeing it in the 3rd round via Conor McGregor getting it. But here's the thing, I don't even want to it's hard for me just to shut the door on Eddie Alvarez.
Because he's so explosive. He's like I think that he's like sort of like a smaller version of Tyron Woodley, the way that he's able to get off on some of his strikes.
But at the same time, now, this is just, remember, he beat Anthony Showtime Pettis basically just holding his up against the cage.
Clay Guida.
He made it it was just grueling. It was painful to watch, you know, him actually win the fight like that. I think it's a possibility. Chad Mendes did it to Conor McGregor where he was 4 rounds, and for that round he was pretty much dominating.
Exactly.
Eddie Alvarez, in my opinion here, you know, he accepted the money that he was going to actually have without it even being a Conor McGregor fight.
Yeah.
He accepted it. So it's hard for me to believe that this lightweight champ just winning the title is going to throw the fight by any means. I think that, you know, when we're talking about money fights, honestly, Conor McGregor being the money man in the UFC, what greater thing to do than actually defeat the Notorious One and then see if there's going to be a rematch after that? Is that even, can we entertain that idea that Eddie Alvarez has the ability to win on that fight card on that night on 205?
So, this is the UFC, small gloves. You never know what can happen in this sport. Anything. No one thought Holly Holmes was going to be Ronda Rousey. So, let's go ahead and put this in perspective. If Eddie Alvarez wins this fight, he's going to most likely go against Khabib. He is going to go ahead and go against Khabib. That is a strong possibility. Now, if Conor McGregor wins, this is very interesting. So we already made it that, you know, Conor McGregor will win by TKO. So this is interesting. If Conor McGregor wins this title, we can see a Nate Diaz fight for the title at lightweight.
I mean,
to end the trilogy.
The storyline, just if there's any kind of like conspiracies within the UFC where it's destined for just certain things to unravel, I think that this storyline will make sense. Let us know what you think, Blanco.
Alright, so make sure to comment down below. Make sure to thumbs up the video. Make sure to subscribe if you did enjoy it. We also have Facebook and Instagram. You guys can go ahead and look us up. It will be in the description. And as always,
speak your mind with Blanco and
Blanco.
Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the UFC Blanco and Blanco. We actually have some great news. We have some official water to present to you here today, such as Evan. Oh, great catch, Blanco. What do you think about this water?
This water is amazing. The pH level is legit. We're not talking about Zephyr Hills with a 2.0 pH. We are talking about an 8 pH level. This is good for the soul, the spirit, and the mind.
And the body. Let me tell you, when I put this in my body, I feel like Hulk Hogan when he had the pythons.
Joe Rogan drinks this water. UFC fighters drink this water because they care about their pH balance.
Chuck Norris drank this water and he never opened the cap. Get the Evian water now at your local stores.
Delicious.